All right. Hi, welcome to the Backlog Benchmark, episode 46, I think. Second episode today. We are August 14, 2025, and on the menu, we got Monster Harvest. Looks kind of cool. Oddsparks. Automation adventure? Okay, that part sounds better than Oddsparks. Dungeons of Hinterberg. Okay. Hell Hijo. This one I actually played very, very briefly, like 5 years ago. Windjammers 2. And that's the selection we've got today on the Backlog Benchmark. And what do we do here at Backlog Benchmark? Well, we sit down for a few hours and we try to figure out what are those games? Are they any good? And are they worth playing? And most importantly, what are they? Like, we try to figure out what exactly are they. And that's the whole point of the show here. We just want to determine what do we have here, and should have we left it on, on the backlog and never touch it? Hopefully not. It's a bit. Oh, give me a second. The sound might be slightly bad. I'll go try to fix something real quick. Alright. I forgot that I need to shut down my AC because my AC has this awful effect on the microphone. The noise gate or whatever, basically kind of like it feels bad. But yeah, hopefully the sound is not too bad now. Sorry about that intro. But now, what do we do? I already said that, right? We sit down, we just try to figure out what the games are and if they're any good. This is the monthly selection, so to speak, for Luna, in the sense that every month there is a rotation. Literally at the beginning of the month, a few games rotate out, a few games rotate in. The games that stays, are the games that I own from my GOG account or my Epic Game Store account. So I'm not sure if Saints Row is from GOG or Epic. I know I have access to my Fortnite account. True. So I have like Fortnite, like I have direct access to my account playing in the cloud. But my point was to say that there is a rotation of games that each month rotate. And a lot of those are very like niche or indie or stuff like that. So like for instance, we had that Neuro deck. It's been there for a while. I don't know for how long it's going to be around. Release date, it doesn't say that it rotates. Okay, the other one had a date, like for instance Pirish here, which I'm assuming is gonna rotate. Release date, well, now I feel stupid. I thought it was a feature. I guess this is not exactly as I thought it was. I've seen somewhere that it was gonna rotate next month. Was it Gianna? One of the game I played today said that. Maybe the fighting game? Fighting game here? Okay, like you see here, release date, leaving Luna. So maybe it was, they had license and they had it like on rotation every now and then, and now it's just leaving forever or something. Like I don't know. But this one was not there last month, and we got to play this today because it was present this time, and I'm expecting it to rotate by next month, right? It's gonna leave Luna. So yeah. Anyway, point is, every game that we have tonight are games that are part of the monthly rotation. And this game I think we're gonna start with this one just because I like when it's like first impression. I like when I discover a game at the same time that you guys discover it, right? We discover the game together. This one I technically already know a little bit, so I think I'm gonna start with this. I'm gonna stop that. That music was way too like metal. Like, man, that was intense. Anyway, El Hijo. I played this very briefly when I worked as a QA tester. In fact, as certificate, this one was not FQA, was like CQA, was like certification testing, and basically, it was to verify that the games were up to par before they got released onto the console, right? So like it's you're not so much testing the game as like an FQA to try to develop the game alongside them, help them, keep on track and go back on track and stuff. This is that job was about verifying if the game was good, like perfect, like was like top notch, good enough. In fact, like was it standard? Was it quality enough basically? What if it didn't have some requirement, we had to fail the games, right? That was their job. Anyway, all that to say, I played that game briefly back then. So I kind of like am familiar enough with it to know that it's some sort of stealth game. Let's just go new game. I'm expecting full controller support today with all 5 games because we're playing on Luna, and most of them by definition to be on the cloud have to. I think there was like one exception one time where the game was actually not working with a controller, but every single other games always work with a controller because I'm assuming it's a requirement if they want to publish on Luna. All right, prologue. So I remember this being some sort of top-down stealth game and a very, indie type. I almost call the stream today like indie lineup because I think most games are actual indie games or like, small studio games. I don't think any of the 5 games are AAA tonight. All right. I guess that's our mother or somebody we know. I don't know. Running. Okay. We're running. We're running. Okay, is it going to be a game where it's all being shown and nothing is said? That would be cool. I like those games. I like those like artistic, kind of like limbo type of games I call, where, it's mostly like visual stuff. But I'm not sure. I thought there was text in this. I guess I remembered wrong. At least so far, it seems to be that type of thing, right? Where it's all going to be non-verbal. Why am I not able to go this way? That's weird. Hey, what's up, Billy? Hope you're doing well, man. Welcome, welcome. I guess we'll go this way. Oh, I understand. There's like a cliff. I'm just blind. There was a cliff. We couldn't go down because there was a cliff. It's not an invisible wall. I'm just dumb. Okay. Yippee, yippee. All right. Bird. We got a bird. All right. I guess it's going to be a tutorial about how to use the bird. Bird eye view. Pretty zombie. Yeah, I'm tired as fuck. I walked all day. I don't know how many kilometers, but I'm done. Hold RB to get a better view. Okay, so RB is to use the bird. The bird lets you see like a strategic view, so to speak, you know, bird eye view. All right. And I guess we can press any time, right? Just to see what it looks like. Okay. So yeah, that's what I remember. This game is pretty cool, pretty decent. I still haven't bought it on Steam. I see it every now and again on Steam. I don't even know if it's on my wish list. My first impression of the game back then was not bad, but was not enough to convince me to be like, ooh, I need to play this. I was like, okay, it's okay. But right now I'm like, I'm probably gonna add it to my wish list because it's definitely cool. Oh, I see. We're doing some the stealth, right? We need to avoid the stairs of the right. So to avoid it, we need to stay in the shadow. So how do I crouch? Crouch X. All right, there you go. We succeed. Success. Woo. All right. No, yes, this game is pretty cool actually. It's kind of better than what I remember, weirdly. Maybe my taste for game has changed. I don't know. I think it might be that. But yeah, I mean, I see graphically that, you know, it's very indie, very amateurish, which is also something that now I appreciate a lot. Maybe back then I was not as much of as a fan of that. Maybe that's why I was like, but yeah, I really like the whole like non-verbal telling a story without a word. I love that. Okay, so she leaves us here. I don't know if she's a mother or sister or what, but she basically abandoned us here. At least leave us here and be like, okay, you're gonna have to stay here for a while, bro. The tower. Right, we're gonna play a little bit more to get a feel for the game, right? Because if this was the first time that I've played, like I didn't play that much, right? But I do know that the game is about stealth. That's what I remember. And like I keep saying, like right now I am having a second impression, not so much a first impression, and my second impression is better than the first impression. Oh shit, I was about to go talk to the guy. The guy doesn't want me to talk with me. It's a stealth thing. Oh, I love this shit right now. Why do I never added that to my wish list thinking it was not that great. This is cool. I almost want to try now. Think maybe I could have made it. All right. And that's like a checkpoint, I guess. Cool. Let's go, birdie. Tell me. So there's only that, and I need to climb up there. Why do I need to climb up there? Do I need to climb up there, or do I need to climb down there? Oh, I'm not sure anymore. I'll go up there. Uh-oh. What do I do? Is this something? Open? Trua. Start your journey. Huh. That's the beginning. Like we just escaped the place we were brought to. We're just like, yeah, thank you for saving me, but no, bye. Let's go this way. Oh. Uh-oh. Is there like something I can do to like jump over this? There's no button that does anything. Wait. Oh, I was not in the right place, but there was a way to do an action there. The game kind of like show it to me by mistake, so to speak, I guess. Okay, okay, that's how you get through. So yeah, I like stealth games. Sometimes they're lame, but most of the times they're pretty good. And this one seems to be on the pretty good side. Oh shit. Yeah, don't fuck with him. Oh, I was like, maybe I can go behind when he does that. You just check. He's not gonna check like twice in a row, right? Okay, let's go. Uh-oh. What? I escaped him? Uh-oh. Well, not for long. Maybe I could have hide. Ah, fuck me. Okay. Well, while he's talking, uh-oh. I'm done. I'm done. What the? Get away. Go away. You motherfucker. This game is cool. I'm not here. Whew. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, my nose is like itching like crazy. Fucking allergies, man. I didn't have that when I streamed this morning. I was expecting that. I remember before the stream, I thought about it. I was like, watch me have to like scratch my nose all the time, and I didn't. I'm gonna stream in the morning, guys. If there's like less pollen. Oh my god. Uh-oh. Don't stay there. There you go. Stay there. Where's my bird? Totally makes sense that the bird goes around in the building, but shut up. Don't say anything. Don't tell them it's them. Oh shit. Uh-oh. He doesn't see me? Really? No way. He's fucking blind, bro. Not here. I'm not. Oops. Oops. Touched the guy. He definitely felt it. Okay, how do we gonna... Oof, it's gonna be hard. This guy in the middle there. Oh my jeez. Oh fuck, what? Oof. I don't know how they didn't see me, but okay. Look away, look away, look away. Shit, 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 shit. Okay, look away. Keep looking away. Keep looking away. Yes. Let's go. What is this? Is it not? Yeah, that's the place. All right, I think that's it. I don't need to play like for 10 hours to figure out what it is and if it's good. I think we know. It is a stealth game. Definitely a stealth game. It's pretty good. Stones. Throw stones to distract opponents. Ooh, new tech. Hold RT to aim and press A to throw. All right. Okay, before we close the game, we'll try that. See how we do to distract people or whatever we need to do. Come on. Distracted. There you go. Cool. Oh, this game is cool. Honestly, I love it. Shit. Well, yeah, okay. I could play. I could. This is one of those games where I'm like, yeah, I could play this for the rest of the night and I'll be happy. This is cool. This is way more fun than what I remember. Current progress. I don't give a shit. What current progress? If you restart me from the beginning, then fuck it. Next time I play it, I might play it on Steam anyway. Yeah, actually, very decent. I swear the music just doesn't feel with the mood tonight. How about this playlist? It's a bit smoother, right? I'm tired. I don't feel like big metal in this music. This game was not like metal or anything. Like this is, yeah, this is more relaxing, I think. Okay, so oh yeah, I wanted to check Steam real quick. El Hijo. $25. I think that's why I never bought it. I think I thought it was overpriced, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to pay for that. It's too much. But it is on my wish list. So maybe it's just never on sale, or it's on sale, but I think it's too expensive for what it is, and I'm just not willing to pay that. Yeah, I think that's why I don't have it on Steam. Otherwise, like most games I used to own on Stadia, if I have a chance to get them back on Steam, because like I used to have them in my collection and for some reason I just want them again. Hell Yeah Joe was one of those games that I didn't play much, but I remember was on the system, and I don't really recall if I bought it on Stadia, but like I said at the beginning of the show, I remember working to make it released on Stadia, right? As a tester, I remember working on the certification for this game, so I kind of like played it a little bit a long time ago in the past. So yeah, El Hijo. I was not expecting much, right? I was expecting two because I kind of didn't like it that much a long time ago. I just realized that I see my stream here. I don't want to see it. So yeah, Hijo. Damn. I wouldn't say maybe like objectively it is a 5. I don't think so. It's probably more like a 3 or a 4. But personally, I had a really good time just now. Like, maybe it's not a 5. Maybe it's okay. Let's say it's a 4 for me. That means that objectively, it's more likely to be more like a 3, right? Yeah, I don't know if it's as good as I feel like it is, right? Because like I said, the first impression I had back in the days was it's kind of so-so. And I guess, like I said, because of the price, I thought it was kind of overpriced. I was like, I don't want to pay that much. So because it's kind of overpriced for an indie title in 2025, where most games can be bought for like $10 or less on Steam, if you judge your game to be that good that you want to sell it $25 or more, to me, you're like either arrogant and it's misplaced, or you are arrogant, but it's well placed. It's because it's worth it. And I don't know in this case. The game felt way better this time than the first time around. I'll give it that. I don't know if it's worth a 4-star though. You know what? I'm gonna settle for 3. I think it's fair. I don't know. There's part of me who wants to give it like a little bit more, but I don't know if it's like personal or if it's subjective, right? Yeah, I think it was kind of decent, but I don't think it was like crazy good. And I don't know for how long you can go around doing that, you know, hiding and do that whole stealth thing. Like, how long can this go on without it getting like stale and boring? Like at some point, I don't know. Like I know some stealth games can hold up pretty much till the end and be still really good, but sometimes it doesn't. So I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm arguing with myself, which is kind of weird and dumb. But yeah, I think I'll settle for 3. Unfortunately, I haven't done my homework again. Hijo is a stealth game. What is the one that I use as a reference that is top down? Come on. What's the game called? Oh, I almost have it. It's on the tip of my tongue. I don't remember. Stealth, what is it? Also, by the way, guys, Nickelodeon Kart Racers 2, we played that a few days ago. I was really not convinced. I was like, this is kind of a bad Mario Kart clone. I don't like it. You see, I literally give it 3. Bro, right now it doesn't feel like a 3. It feels like a 5. I'm having a blast. I'm having a good time. This is a good Mario Kart clone, okay? It's legit good. You know, sometimes first impression don't give justice to the game, and in this case, it's true. I really misjudged that game. I'm like, this is not a 3. This is more like I swear, I don't know if I want to give it a 5, but yeah, it's not a 3. I'm gonna leave it like that for now, but it's not a 3 anymore in my heart. I played too much. I love it. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, stealth. Okay, it's not here. Dynamite Jack. Okay, Dynamite Jack is the blueprint, so to speak, the benchmark, right? For me, in my head, that's the benchmark. When I think about a stealth game that is top down, I always go back to Dynamite Jack and I compare every other games to Dynamite Jack. Is it as good as Dynamite Jack? Does it have better graphics? You know, like, it's my standard. Dynamite Jack is exceptionally good. It's very old. Like, I have this, I don't know for how long I had it, but it's been released in 2012. So yeah, I had that almost as long that I had Steam. Or as long as I've been on Steam, I had that on my account. So Dynamite Jack is the Dynamite Jack right here. We had one of the game. I just saw one of the game in that folder. Dynamite Jack here. Church in the Darkness. I need to give this game a second chance. This is like one of the first 10 episodes for sure. This is like one of the very first episodes we've ever made for the Backlog benchmark. And man, that game was kind of like meh. The rating is not here. Okay, I'm curious while I'm doing this here. I need to know. Church of Darkness. We give it a 3. It was decent. It was actually not completely awful. It was like legit decent. Cool. All right. The Church of Darkness. Yeah, I did. I was like, it was kind of, but it was kind of decent enough. But it's one of the first episodes we had. So yeah. So Dynamite Jack, stealth, controller will all probably, unless something happened, it should have full controller support for each game tonight. Right now, we've played this one almost extensively in a sense, but we'll still leave it to briefly for now. Briefly, we should at the end of the night, as always, we should have played all 5 games briefly. Now, Hijo specifically, you prevail by hiding, by stealth. So it's basically all about you getting from point A to point B. It's not about you killing people. It's not about you. You could say it's some sort of puzzle. Like, it's close to be a puzzle type of game, right? But I think it's a traveling. It's about going from point A to point B. There's a story that is being told. In this case, a really cool non-verbal story. I love that kind of game. Now, I think it's going to be sequential, though. Could it be emergent in the sense that that's the thing I wanna change from my rating. I might go back and change some of the game. I think I made some mistake where emergent, just because the game has level doesn't mean that is necessarily sequential, right? Like, the logic is like, well, the game, to complete the game, you need to go in a sequence and beat all the levels one by one. Yeah, sure, but if there is more than one way to beat the level, or if in some case you can skip level, like think about the original Mario Brother, right? In the original Mario Brother, you can beat all the level one by one, but you can also take Warp Pipe, that is basically a shortcut, and you skip levels. So like, the idea is that the game is actually not sequential, it's emergent. The gameplay change depending on how you play, and if you choose that option instead of that option, you might have a different result, and it's gonna end different ways. So sometimes I think there's many games that in the past, in 226 games now, there's got to be some mistakes I've made, right? And one of the mistakes I think I've made was many of those games I set as sequential when it was not completely like scripted, like you had to do A and then get the object that leads to this and do that and do it in that order to get to the point B at the end of the chapter, to sequentially, like it was not always like that. I feel like some of the games were mislabeled. Anyway, one day maybe we'll have some help from the public and we'll figure that shit out. But All that to say that I feel like it's not so much sequential that it is emergent, right? I feel like you kind of choose how to solve the problem more or less. Maybe it is kind of sequential where there's not many solution. Maybe I would have to fix that and put it as sequential. Like, well, you may walk to the left or walk to the right, but ultimately you need to get to the point which is in the center. So it's kind of sequential. I don't know. Yeah, maybe, but it feels like this is like enough open that it should be called emergent instead of sequential. And I want to fix that mistake tonight. I walk so much today. I drink a lot of water. I'll have to go get some water before the next game. We follow the character. I think it's a solo experience. In terms of difficulty, it's not hardcore because you don't die forever and start over 10 minutes behind. Like, there are checkpoints, pretty constant checkpoints, but it is quite challenging. I would put it in challenging. Stealth game most of the time are not just like you could say casual or regular difficulty. Like there's always some sort of like edge, almost, unless it's like the worst garbage stealth game of all time where you don't need to hide and you're still not getting detected. That would be just bad game, period. But like a stealth game by definition is somewhat challenging, like most of the time. And in this case, I think it is. Like I got caught like a few times pretty quickly at the beginning. And yeah, I feel like there is definitely a challenge in this game. All right, I think we're done with the first one though, right? Challenging, that gives all the little cute icons here, right? Woohoo. Oh, we didn't put the date, I guess. Let me actually do that like that. Boom. All right. Okay, before I start the next game, I'll take a small tiny break. I'll just go get water real quick because I talk too much, and man, it was hot today. Not as hot as some other days lately though, but damn. So yeah, I'll go get some water real quickly. I'll be right back. All right, hopefully I wasn't too long. There we go. Took the time to drink plenty water while I was down there, and even went to the bathroom, making sure that hopefully we don't take a second break and we can just, like, you know, roll and go on and finish the show here. So El Hijo is down. We have 4 more games to go. What should we discover, guys, together? Windjammers, maybe? Why not? I used to know somebody. I used to consider them a friend. We don't talk anymore because the whole COVID thing, you know, I'm sure some of you knows. But I lost a bunch of friends, and one of those friends was a huge fan of Windjammer, the original Windjammer, was looking forward to Windjammers 2. I don't know if you've played it. I have no clue because I lost touch with them. But when I think Windjammer, I think about that person. I hope they found that game and they found joy in it. Press any button. Let's go. Graphically, I like it so far. Like, I like the style. Any cartoon type of game, sign me up. Why is the controller not working? Did I click elsewhere? Oh, I guess I clicked to close the music, and that fucked the controller up. Ooh, I love the menu. I love everything about this game right now. It's kind of cool. Okay, cool. All right, arcade, online. I don't want to play online. Arcade, easy. There's no stat, it's just a style, basically. Do I want a Canadian? Dude, the Canadian looks like Trump, but he's a giant or some shit. Let's get some sort of robot here from a country that doesn't exist. Is that a country that exists? I don't think so. Right? I kind of want to take the robot, if I'm being honest. Although the girl here, maybe. Yeah, let's go with High Mita. H Mita. Hitch Mita. Alright, cool. Beach or tiled? Tiled? Okay, so I guess we have the choice to... For round 1, we have 2 opponents. Either G Scott or J Raposa. Let's take this one.
Round 1.
So Windjammer. Ooh. It's like Pong or stuff like that, but I guess it's not. Okay, I have no idea what this is. This is all new to me. Is there a tutorial? Can I learn? Sometimes I don't care about tutorial. I would like to teach me the... I have no idea what I'm doing. Miss. Okay. Ooh. If I didn't move. Oh fuck. Twice in a row. Damn. I'm bad at this game. I'm not sure how it works yet. Yeah, with a bouncing frisbee. I think this was on NES, NES, or Sega Genesis or some... There was somebody in the retro community back then that I used to you know, have a lot of respect and love for, that used to be considered like a friend, and they really like Windjammer, like, but I don't remember what it, if it was Nintendo. It might have been like a Sega game.
5 points. Set.
I like it. It's kind of not bad.
Get ready. 3 points.
Graphically, especially, I really, really like it. But mechanically, it's not bad. It's kind of responsive. Ooh. Like, you see what is going on, what's happening. I just don't really know what I'm doing, like what the controls are or whatever. Oh, right. It also look a little bit and feel a little bit like Super Dodgeball.
3 points.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that.
Game set.
So I lost both. So I lost the whole thing then. I'm a loser. Continue. So I say continue, is it like, okay, I can still choose. Okay, well, we're gonna choose this one. Maybe it's easier. We'll see.
Round 1.
Ah, shit. Yeah, I need to learn the controls, because right now I'm pretty much doing whatever. Okay. No. Oh, yeah. Okay, don't press that button, basically. Alright. Although, if I can use it correctly... Ah, shit. Shit!
2 points.
2 points. I'm gonna lose again. Okay, I'm gonna say, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I like it. When you play a game and you don't know what you're doing, but you want to keep playing because you want to try to figure out what you're doing and how to do it correctly, so that like it feels intentional next time. It's a good feeling. It's a good game. Oh, shh. There you go. 3 points. Make more points. We don't want to lose again. Lose one match already. That's enough. Shit. You miss.
2 points.
Didn't even know they could miss that.
Set.
We got a set somehow.
Get ready.
Alright, we got a chance. Oh, shit. And you know what? Seriously, this is a good game. I'm not even into like those sports games and stuff in general, and I'm having a good time. Ugh. Nice.
2 points.
Oh, what am I doing? No. Set? What do you mean, set? Game set? I lost again! I'm bad at this game. I hate this game. Fuck, this game is bad. Nah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I'm bad at the game, but the game is not bad. No, seriously, fun game. Fun game. I couldn't beat them, both of them. I just got destroyed. But I had a good time. Makes me want to try again. I might try again after the stream. Yeah, good game. What is it? And how good is it is the question, right? I'll tell you that. It's good enough that I wanted to keep playing. So, pretty good. Where is it? Windjammer. Because of the person it's associated with in my head, and because I have no idea what it was, and because sports games in general, like really rudimentary stuff like that, sometimes it's just like it's not for me. I'm not a sports guy really, so like most of those games in general I'm not a big fan, but sometimes they hit just right. I remember there was one kind of like a soccer game that came out like a year or two ago. It was a free game, and one of my co-worker was playing it, and I had a good time with the game. It was kind of like some sort of mix between a MOBA and a soccer slash hockey game, and I really liked it. But you know, in general, I'm not into those kind of things. So that's why I was really reluctant to even play it. I was like, ugh, it's gonna be kind of bad. Well, no, it's not bad at all. I don't know if it's like, I don't think it deserves a 5. Maybe more like objectively a 4. Because like I would say it's over average in its niche and what it is. Like I've played similar type of game, and this one was really responsive. It felt good. It's fun, right? When you play a game and it's fun and it feels good to play it, right? Because sometimes you look at something and it looks like it could be fun, but when you play it, it feels sloppy. It feels floaty, it feels wrong, and you're like, I don't know what it is about the game, but it's just not, like, the controls are not good. There's something loose, there's something missing, right? This was the exact opposite. This was like a first impression, like you want to have a first impression of a game. Like I got into it without having much expectation of anything, even you could say thinking I was probably going to be disappointed. And no, on the contrary, graphically, it was great, and mechanically, responsively, the game was just, it felt good. Makes, like I said, a good game that you just want to play for an hour or two, and you completely, like, you know, you switch your brain to off, so to speak, and you don't think anymore, you just react, you just do things, it's fun. There's something fun about this. I don't know. I loved it. To the point where I would give it a 5, for real. Also, Hijo, I forgot to add a heart for it. This morning we had such garbage at first. So many bad games at first that I was pretty much completely indifferent. And I almost ended up the episode without giving any hearts. But we got 2 good games. The Gianna, I still unsure how to pronounce it, but I think it's Gianna. So the Guyana's Twisted Dream, really like that one, and King of Fighter was great. But yeah, Hijo's deserve a heart, and right now the one we just played was fabulous. Ah, like candy. That is really good game. I'm trying to think about Rocket League. There we go, Rocket League. There you go, Rocket League. It's like Rocket League. It's like a sport game. It's like a mix between hockey and soccer, right? It's very simplistic. You can hit. This one is literally one-on-one, so it's not like 2 players or 5 players or 4 or whatever. It's just one-on-one. It's almost like volleyball, Like you can throw the frisbee in the air, so that could kind of put you off guard. It seems to have like some technique. There is a way to like give a lot of effect. I was doing things I had no idea what I was doing. I was mostly pressing two button and sometimes I was pressing B. And every time I press Y, I don't think it ever did anything. So I don't know what Y does. But yeah, really simple game, but really good. Sports, I guess. I don't know if I have another category than sports. Do I have like hockey? I don't have hockey. I think that sports would be the closest to category. All right, sports Rocket League. That I guess that's the best classification we have for now. Did we do that? Oh, yeah, we still need to do our homework here. So, Irrational, I would say. This is a game, it's a sport, right? It's literally look and feel like a sport. It's meant to be a sport. It's meant to be played over and over again until you master your art, your discipline, right? This is one of those cases where I was talking about that. I spent some time this morning talking about that during that first episode today, where there's something great about the way I describe the perspective, the camera and stuff, but it's not quite perfect. And this is one of those cases where I would put follow, right? Because you control your character, and in that sense, you follow your avatar, right? But in a game like that, you don't follow necessarily your avatar. You're following the scene. You're following both characters, actually, right? So like, and even more, you could say you're capturing the whole board, the whole terrain, right? The terrain at one. So at once. Anyway, my point is, it's like I'm losing my words here. My point is, there's something more than just following camera here. I think it's kind of inaccurate, even though for now in my system, that's gonna be what I'm gonna settle for. You know, third person view, you're controlling your character directly, but it feels like there's something missing to the description here, because you're not just following your character, you're kind of fixed screen, you're kind of following both. Like if there was a zoom in, zoom out, like when the character get closer, maybe we would zoom in and then we would zoom out when the projectile, the ball, in this case the frisbee, would move around, or the player would move around, right? I don't know. Anyway, all that to say that something is like something's wrong with my system. Need to be improved. This is okay. We were playing single player, right? I'm pretty sure you can play with somebody, coach co-op, but it's not going to be co-op, right? It's going to be competitive. And if you play online, because I think the first mode was online and then there was arcade and other stuff, would be this is a competitive game. It's meant to be played like a fighting game in a competitive setting. And therefore, as you can tell, I lost both my matches. I'm really bad at those games. I'm bad at video games or something. Or the game is really challenging, and until, according to me at least, it's very challenging. I'm not just bad at games. I can perform like semi well and stuff like that. But I couldn't keep up. I just got destroyed. We're gonna say looting, right? Looting because it is a sports where you do score, so it's about point, like an arcade game where you would try to score point and make a high score. In this, it's about making points, scoring goals with your frisbee. So weirdly enough, it feels a bit like fighting, a bit like combat, but we'll settle for looting. All right, I think that's about it for this one, right? Sports, right. All right, let's go back to the selection of games we had. So we had Dungeons of Hinterberg, Hinterberg. This one looks a bit like a Zelda Ocarina of Time type of thing, right? Third person view adventure style. You literally have a sword. It's a Zelda game. Dude, okay. And I think we've locked enough that we'll check the other two game later. Let's check this one out. Let's go. I'm curious. Hinterberg. Dungeons of Hinterberg is supposed to be some sort of Zelda. Literally, like the critics was saying, the Zelda game missing for PC or some shit. Man, was this? Maybe my meal was like super salty or something. I don't know what it is. But yeah, I'm just gonna assume it's because I walked all day and I didn't drink all day. Yeah, it's probably that. I don't know, I'm thirsty as fuck. I feel like I drink a whole mug of a mug. Well, it's not a mug, it's more like a buck. A whole buck of water before the stream. I had one at the beginning. I drank one when I went to the break, and I'm almost done this one. I'm still thirsty. Like, what's wrong with me? All right, Zelda game here. Oh yeah, I stopped the music, I guess. Okay, yeah, controller works, no problem. Let's just start. Difficulty, vacation mode. Choose this mode if you rather focus on story, exploration, and puzzle and don't want combat to be a challenge. I would like combat to be challenging. Choose this mode if you've played action games before. Yes. Yeah, tough mode. Choose this mode if you're looking for tough fights. Maybe not. We'll keep that for, if the game is good, we'll give ourselves a reason to play it again. That's how I see it. I like playing games on easy or normal for the first playthrough. When I was 5, my parents took me to a botanical garden, an hour's drive from Vienna. And I like games that allow me to read. Right in the middle of it, there was a fence-off cave. 20 years later, I still remember it vividly. I like the graphic a lot. Basically, they have good graphics, but they apply a texture over the graphics to make it look like that, basically. Like, you could say they uglified their graphics with filters. But it's on purpose. Because a witch dwelled there. What? A witch? My dad laughed and said my imagination was playing tricks on me. My witch was just a shadow. But no matter what he said, I would not be convinced the cave was special. When I was a kid, every new place we went was special. Everything had this wild sense of mystery and adventure. I miss that. So, first time Slayer, or have you stayed with us before? Lately, nothing in my life has felt particularly adventurous. Long days at the office, bleeding into one another. Short weekends spent on the couch, doing nothing but recovering from work stress. If this is your first time, you must see our spa, recently reopened. That's going to change here. There's no place in the world more special than Hinterberg. Dungeons of Hinterberg. Oh, there you go. I get it. Okay, so it's set in a somewhat realistic setting, but we're gonna make it fantasy somehow. 25 magical. Wait. 25 magical dungeons right in the middle of the house. The media called it an elaborate hoax at first, then a mass hallucination. 25 dungeons? Really? But here we are, and this is real. This is where we'll be staying for the next few weeks. This is where I don't have to be a junior at a law firm for a little while. I should go check in. We really look like we have a sword on our backpack. Alright, graphically I kinda like it though. It's definitely a style. I wonder also what it would look like if I was playing on PC instead of playing on the cloud right now. Like how much better the graphics would be. Maybe not. Alright, we need to go in, right? Otherwise the game doesn't want us to walk around, apparently. The air inside the guest house smells of heavy wood. There's a hint of fear scented air freshener. I'm instantly taken back to every skiing holiday I've had as a kid. Welcome to Hinterberg, Rolling. Lisa Dorfer. Oh, of course, room 102. My phone doesn't get any reception here. Would it work in my room? Oh, you did get the brochure, right? There's no cell reception around Hinterberg. No internet either, I'm afraid. Dude, where is this place? Does this place exist somewhere in the world? A side effect of the magic. The magic. Good, I won't be reading my work emails here. We're still preparing your room. Fräulein Dorfer. Should be about another half hour. Actually, I can't wait to get out there and start slaying monsters. What's a good place to go? Oh, very well. Let me phone Klaus. He's our resident trainer. He'll take you to our beginner's dungeon. That sounds great. Maybe we could have like skipped to like something harder or something here. I don't know, but I'll just go and do the regular things. Fine. Let me call tourist info. I'll have this sorted for you in a minute. Right? We just want to figure out what the game is and if it's good. So far it's not how to put this. It's great, but it's not amazing. Like there's just something about it that I don't know, it's just I don't know. We'll see if it keeps feeling that way or if it gets better. Let me mark his location on your map for you. Oh, nice map. That's cool though. That I like. Okay, so we're here. That's Klaus. I'm not a big fan of that name because of that Mr. Schwab's kind of ruins the name. Whenever I think about Klaus now, I'm thinking about Mr. Schwab, and I hate that motherfucker. Past this way is through there. Just take the path to the right. You'll be there in no time. Nice of Klaus to make an appointment on such short notice. Have a lovely stay, Fräulein. Arrival. All right. Tourist area. Okay, so we don't even like walk the whole thing. It's just automatic. I don't want to talk to you. Like, yeah. I'm just no comment. Um. Care more. You know, I kind of like the graphics and everything. Like, there's something about like. Yeah, I really like that. Feels a bit like you're in a painting or some shit. All right. I want to go on an adventure. Fraulein Louisa, right? How do you do? I'm Klaus. Klaus Hornbacher. About as famous as an alpinist gets. Used to have a TV segment on underappreciated hiking trails. Let's get started. I remember you from TV. Maybe that's gonna make him happy if I say that, right? Any tips on slaying? Let's get started. Nice to meet you. Can we get started? All right. We're going to take it nice and slow today, okay? I'll be right behind you, but I need you alert and aware of your surroundings. No matter what they say in the brochure, this is a dangerous sport. Are we clear on that? Yes. Crystal. Good, that's what I wanted to hear. Our first dungeon is on Empress Sissy Promenade. There's going to be a couple of monsters before we get to the portal. Okay. I'm so curious to see more of this game right now. This is fucked up. Okay. Ready to go in? Sure. Let's go. I want to see the dungeon. I want to fight. Quest completed. Arrival. Ooh. Listen, those kobolds will attack you as soon as you get close enough. I'll be here, spotting you. Any questions? Let's do this. I'm ready. Good. Let's see how you handle sword. Okay, heavy. Oh, okay, cool. Cool. Okay, combat doesn't feel too bad. Doesn't feel too great though. So, I'm not sure. You know that word, right? That it's a bit floaty. I'm not sold on the combat yet. Let's move on, alright? Yeah, let's move on. Hopefully the next combat is a bit better. But it's cool though. I'm liking this so far. This is like this is a weird mix of type of game try to blend together. Goo, these refills your health. Oh. I'm so sorry, guys. Usually I don't I don't yawn during my show. I'm not that tired. Usually I try to. Also, like yesterday, I wanted to stream yesterday, but I was just way too tired. I was like, I'm not gonna make a good show. I'm gonna yawn. I'm gonna be like irritable or whatever. I'm gonna be in a bad mood. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I don't even want to start a stream. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did I lost internet? What happened? I think this is the second time at least we had some sort of like hiccup like that, right? With this game? Where the game kind of like just pause. That's weird. Bad connection with the internet or something. Hit them with your sword or magic skill. They refill some of your HP and MP. Well, let me check something speaking of internet speed. I just changed my whole room. Maybe when I reconnected the thing, I didn't connect correctly, or it didn't oh, I have my internet. Looks fine. Okay, I have the right speed. Cool, cool. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, so it's not my internet connection, though it could be my connection to the server of Amazon on the other side of the planet, right? So could be that. I say on the other side of the planet, I'm barely joking. I'm just saying that because, you know, Stadia, Luna, all of those cloud gaming, it's about like where the server is. Like depending on where I'm connected. If I'm connected like in Montreal, New York, whatever, it's not so bad. But if this connects to the other side of the country because nobody's playing on Luna, or I'm connecting to Europe with some shit, it's gonna be bad connection. Word of advice, most first timer just keep wailing on these creatures until they plop. Yeah. Try practicing your dodge while you fight them. It will be useful down the road, sure. A well-timed dodge keeps you on the hospital. So B to dodge. Most enemy attack. Keep an eye on stamina bar though. Cool. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. Why is it that... Oh man, play the cloud, they say. You're gonna like it, they say. So I don't know if it's just this game alone or if it's just Luna right now tonight that decides to mess with us. But having bad connection when playing on a cloud gaming service, bad experience. Very good, Luisa. A lot of new slayers forget how important these basics are once they learn their first magic spells. The game keeps on like lagging because of the bad connection. There's a bad server connection or whatever. It's bad, dude. It's just bad. What the fuck? But your physical attacks and dodging monster attacks will always be essential. Keep practicing them. Like, this is impacting my experience of the game, which is sad because the game should not be judged on the fact that I'm playing it on cloud. Right? I have to keep in mind that the game's not running badly because on PC it would probably run flawlessly. And most days it would probably also run flawlessly on Luna. It's just right now, for some awful reason, at least unknown to me reason, we have bad connection. And it's bad. A treasure chest. Ooh. That's convenient. Nice. All mine? What are you waiting for? Go on, open it. Imagine if it was like that in real life though, right? You can like go on like on vacation and you can experience some dungeons and kill some bad monsters and, you know. Not bad. 500 Hinterbucks. Hinterbucks? You don't use arrows here? Not for potions. Slaying gears and such. Mayor Wagner has introduced our own currency. to level the playing field for all adventurers who stay with us. It's like they're role-playing the shit out of this. Don't worry, the restaurant still happily take credit cards. Let's move on. The dungeon is right around the corner. Right, that's not the dungeon. We're just like close to the dungeon, right? We're like near the entrance. Okay, that's the dungeon. Dude, connection issues again? Luna. Luna, just keep in mind I'm doing free advertisement for you guys. If you're giving me that kind of shit experience, you're not selling your product well. Okay, the whole world's gonna see me having a bad time trying to play this game. You're better than that, Amazon. Come on. This is it. Your first dungeon portal. I'll go in right behind you. You've got your dungeon stamp book, right? Your goal is to reach the exit and get your stamp. Can't stress this enough. Once you reach the exit, get your book stamp. The next portal won't activate until you do. Any questions? Tell me about the stamp again, what it's like inside. There's part... I'll go in. I'm not here to talk, I'm here to play. Come on, alright, once you're through, I'll go as well. Sure. I don't need that, but I like to swing my sword. So yeah, graphically, I really like this game. Like, what they've done with the graphics, pretty cool. Another worldly eat emanate from the portal. Am I really ready to do this? Time will advance. Okay, yeah, day 1 noon. Okay, so there's like a time system for like how long you can stay on vacation or something. I don't know. Every time you go in a dungeon, time advance. This is something else, all right? To think that just yesterday I was sitting at my office desk, wanting so much to be somewhere different, be someone different. This is as different as it could ever get. Is Cloud still coming? It's been a while now. Maybe I should go have a look around on my own. Yeah, you should. I feel like I've seen this game on Twitter. Like, you know, if you're on Twitter and you follow and check like the gaming, the indie game dev scene, at some point you see the same devs, you know, and there's like some project that are like more popular than others. This one I feel like I've seen a little bit during the development. I'm not sure if it's that game or if it was another one. Wisa, here. You alright? The dungeon looks different from normal. The portal didn't spit me out in the usual place either. You be careful, okay? I'll try to meet with you further up ahead. So the first time we get into a dungeon, something wrong happened. Isn't that convenient? Alright, there's something here, right? Yeah, let's go. Oops, wrong button. Alright, so is it a Zelda-like? I mean, in many ways it looks and feels like a Zelda. That's what I wanted to do earlier. Thank you. Okay. Okay, now the combat doesn't feel as bad. The fact that we can target. I should have tried that myself. I don't know if the control was not working when I tried or if I just screwed up. I feel like I've tried at the beginning to target them. But yeah, I feel like this is a Zelda. Um, I don't know how to put it into words other than that, so I'm gonna do it very, very imperfectly, right? And I'm sorry for how I'm gonna try to address it in 2 words, but this game feels like, I don't know, it has this aura of wokeness, so to speak. It has this aura of a game that was made during that era of like all the games need to be woke now. And I'm afraid it's gonna be tainted by that. But beyond that, I think legitimate criticism, I think the game is pretty good. That's my honest assessment right now. That I'm afraid that the dialogues, the story, and everything might be a bit coated, enveloped with this sugar, this woke sweetness that is not to the taste of everyone. Sure, certainly not to my taste in general, but I feel like there's a few very rare games that had some woke element that I still liked. And I use the word woke. I feel like it might not be the appropriate term here. Maybe it's just politically correctness or whatever, but there's something about this game that just feels off. It just feels off. Like, I don't know. It was made by a bunch of, you know, woke leftist. I don't know, like you can feel it. But at the same time, I feel like there's a good product here. There's like I don't want my political opinion to cloud my judgment when it comes to this game, and I feel like the game could be very good beyond that. But like I felt like I needed to say that. Like I don't know what. I don't know if it's the color palette, if some of the dialogue, the characters, I don't know what it is exactly. I cannot like put my finger on it, but there's something about it that just feels that taste. It tastes like it has that flavor, and yeah, that's ruining it just a little bit. Other than that, I kind of like it. I really like the graphic style, the try to make it cartoony and stuff like that. I love that, really, like a lot. Um, but yeah, I'm suspicious as fuck right now. I don't know. I have my spider sense, like being like, pew, 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 pew. This is gonna be a woke game, bro. This is gonna be a woke garbage game. I'm scared. I don't want it to be. Still haven't found a way to get down to you. There's a couple of jumps ahead, but you'll be able to handle those, no problem. Alright? Climb from the ledge to ledge. Oh, from ledge to ledge. Okay, yeah. Simply run over the... From there you can climb. Yeah, okay, cool. I'm not... I was not worried. I need to run, though. It's the thing I feel like we're not doing enough right now. Ooh, I like that. I like the Prince of Persia, Tomb Raider type of thing where you climb with that. Okay, well, it's not as cool as I thought it would be. It's not as cool as fun as it should be when you climb that, but it was kind of cool still. It would feel better if you were like the one climbing. Like this felt like an automatic thing that just climbed for you. As opposed to like when you play Tomb Raider or Prince of Persia, it feels like you are climbing, if that makes any sense. Did you feel that? The ground shaking? Yeah, I did. This doesn't feel right. We should press on. Be careful, okay? Haha. No, seriously, the combat at first was not great, and I didn't thought I would love it. But it's getting better. And they told me, right, at some point it's gonna be useful to dodge. It already feel like it would be useful to dodge right now. Yeah, the combat is not bad. There's something that feels floaty in the way that I don't know if you noticed, but like the foot of the enemy are like kind of like sliding, almost like they're on ice, right? So that part of the combat doesn't feel completely totally right, but it feels better than my first impression of the combat that was like, ugh, I'm not gonna like that combat. Now it feels like kind of okay, like I'm liking this. The combat is kind of fun. Ooh, interesting. Huh. Nice. I keep pressing the wrong button whenever I see a chest. Well, intuitively, I went to check what was up there. I didn't know, but I guess that's what I had to do. Just so happened that's what I had to do. Okay. Okay, I guess we need to cut this and that. Yeah, the gameplay is cool. Combat and feel of the sword in general is actually pretty good. Climbing like that is... Nah. It's kind of like mid. The combat is just a little bit over mid. And the climbing like that is kind of mid. It's not super duper good. Could be better. The way your character kind of like walks super duper slowly and barely runs also kind of feels bad a bit. But in terms of, you know, gameplay for what it is, it's pretty good right now. I'm honestly having a good time. Like I feel like I'm being overcritical of like maybe a bit suspicious of things that might not even be there. But I love and respect the originality here. I like a game that feels and look different. And this one does. Hey, over here. Can't get to you from here. You have to make it on your own. Okay, I guess that's the exit. Hurry, okay? I don't like these earthquakes one bit. Probably gonna have to fight this guy or something. Minor Krampus. Tentacled Archfiend something. Yeah, sure, let's kill the tentacles. You little shit. When I slash enough of them, are you gonna come down? How does this work? I guess it's a puzzle. It has nothing to do with me fighting anything. It's about... Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. You're gonna die, motherfucker. Yeah, you're going back from where you're from. There we go. Can't we? Krampus. Get fucked. Luisa! Get moving right now! Snap out of it, this whole place is coming down. Go, go, go! Well, for a first dungeon, was not bad, eh? She was like, I just want to go and do some dungeon. And like the first one when you got in is like crazy. Your stamp book. The dungeon won't let you go out without a stamp. Give me your stamp book now. Okay, beginner's dungeon. Cool. Imagine the advanced dungeon then. Yeah, seriously, that was a kind of cool... Sure, that's safe, Good place to stop too. I think we have a first impression here of what it is and what it could be. Zeldas are not always completely full open. Sometimes you're a bit directed. Sometimes you're a bit like on a corridor and you kind of go towards forward. Like it's a bit open, you know. It's emergent as the gameplay itself, but like the story and the whole journey, sometimes you have, especially at the beginning of the game, you have section where it's very like you're in a corridor. So this game feels a bit like that. It feels like you might have to do some things in some order, right? A bit sequential, but overall, I think it's going to be an emergent Zelda type of, and also the presentation of the game was such that it's presented itself as a Zelda, right? Literally has a critic saying like it's a Zelda on PC and blah blah blah, and yeah, it feels like that. Very good first impression overall. I'm gonna admit that, even if I have some fears, some reticence, you could say. And I'm not sure if it's justified or if it's just, but you know, like sometimes when you play a game, I feel like you can kind of tell who made the game, right? Like when you play a game, like let's say, like think about Doom, right? Most people know Doom, right? If you think about Doom and you think about who made Doom, and I show you the devs behind Doom, you'd be like, yeah, oh yeah, those guys, clearly, yeah, those guys made Doom, yeah. And it makes sense. Like, one of the guy looks like a nerd, you know, John Cormack, if you know him, looks like a nerd. He's a fucking genius. He kind of built the engine in many ways that led us to have games like Doom and Quake and such. And now, right now, he's literally working on VR and creating VR. So, like, it's a fucking pioneer. The guy's a goddamn genius. But you look at, you know, Romero, metalhead, right? So, and a lot of the games back then, back in the days, were made by men for men. Okay? And the reason why a lot of games nowadays in 2025 looks and feels like shit, I'm very sorry to say, and I'm sorry how I'm gonna sound. I'm such a misogyn or whatever you want to call me names. Call me all the names you want. But the fact is that Nowadays, games are made by women. For who? Because they're not made for men. And that's why the industry is in trouble. That's why we had so many flops, because they are made by girls with purple hair and you know, piercings and tattoos all over the fucking place. And they're not making games for guys. They're not the demographic of people who play games anymore. So like, who are they making games for? So that's why a lot of games sucks. Some games don't. This one, I feel like doesn't suck. I feel like this is a good one. But it has this sugar coat, it has this unfortunate smell of I think it I could tell if you show me a picture of who made that game. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a bunch of people who looks like that crowd of leftists, right? Unfortunately. So that's my big holdback for this game. Other than that, exceptional game, good game. I liked it a lot, and I am gonna try to rate it as fairly as possible. It feels a bit off, and it has this aspect, like I said, of it smells woke. I don't know how else to describe it. I'm sorry for my lack of vocabulary. It's the best I can do with this. But it has this aura. If it wasn't for that, maybe it would be a 5. But like I said, I don't think it would be, because, you know, remember what I said about the combat, for instance? The combat, the way you fight, the character kind of moves with you. You can see the feet like slides on the ground. That felt wrong. That felt floaty. That, yeah, I don't know. It just felt wrong. There's plenty of little element like that just fell off. That, like I said, my spider sense was tingling and going off, and I was like, there's something about the polish, about the quality of the game that's just not quite there. Like, it's good. It's quite good, but it's just not. So because of that, because of all that spider sense thingy that I'm having right now, right? I cannot in good faith give it a 5. But it's very close. I'll be honest. It's very close. And it's not, I'm not taking away a point just because I'm a piece of shit, you know, politically speaking. I'm more to the right than the left or whatever. I don't think I'm that much on the right, but I sure ain't that far left, extreme left, like most people are nowadays, because they're not just left, they fall off a cliff on the left. Like, there was the left, and they went so extreme, they fall off the cliff and almost brought everybody with them, right? And now if people are just left or centrist, they are considered right or far right. And I think I'm in the center pretty much. But by today's standards, I'm almost on the right, right? And in this case, why I'm not giving it a 5 is more my political alignment. I want to say that the smell of, like, this game doesn't feel like it was made by men for men. That's what's holding it back. But I'll tell you that I forgot to give a heart to Windjam earlier. I should have given it a heart, and I'm gonna give a heart to Dungeon of Hinterberg. I'm having a good time. I don't know if you guys remember what episode was it. It's the only Xbox episode we've ever done. Xbox. Episode 13. Man, that brings us back. Tell me why. I have this game on Steam. It was free, I think, the same way it's free on Xbox. It's probably free in most places because it's a propaganda pieces, guys. Hello. And that's why I was kind of super hyper critical of it. You see, I gave it like a 3 and a 2 personally and stuff like that, even though I thought it was a decent, somewhat decent game. And I didn't give it a heart, but I think I did say something about that line when I presented the game back then, that I'm close to give it a heart, and I want to play the game. I want to give it a second chance. I want to get over the fact that it might have somewhat bad politics or bad dialogue because of the bad politics, the belief of the author, right? That he kind of try to push his belief on you. Like, I might not like that, but the game was quality enough that I kind of want to play it anyway, and try to dismiss a little bit of like the propaganda and just appreciate the game for what it is in itself. I feel the same about this one here. Like, we haven't seen anything that was overly woke or any of the thing like that. I don't think we've witnessed that directly during that gameplay we had tonight. But like I said, I had this feeling, this aura that it was there. And besides, beyond that, I still want to play the game. It was cool enough that I want to give it a chance and go, like fuck my judgment, fuck my how do you call that, prejudice or whatever. Like, I don't want to have like judgmental, attitude and be like, oh, just because you don't think like me, I don't want to hear what you have to say. Like, no. Okay, you don't think like me, sure. You might be wrong about something, sure, but doesn't mean there's no value in that. So that's kind of my point here. Dungeons of Hinterberg was pretty cool overall. And I'm going to put it as Metroidvania, like Zelda OTT, right? It feels a lot like a Zelda. Some Zelda, like I said, sometimes you are a little bit especially at the beginning of the game, right? You're in the tutorial phase. You're kind of hold by your hand. You're in a corridor, and the more the game advances, the more you're kind of free to explore at your own pace, right? This one says there is like 25 dungeons, so I don't know if it's going to be actually 25 dungeons, but the prospect of doing more of what I just did, up to 25 times, or at least there's a story, there's like the whole idea of like, this is like a role-playing game, but it's like somewhat real, because like there is like something that looks like magic, you go through that portal and everything. So like, I don't know, there's like, the story is cool, the game is cool. It doesn't feel super perfect and right, that's why I give it a 4 instead of 5. But if I'm wrong about like the political messaging or whatever, or if I'm wrong about that, the game could be very, very exceptionally good because of how original it is. Like, it looks and feel original, even though, like I said, it doesn't feel super polished at times. Like there's like a little lack of polish when it comes to like the feel of the gameplay. Like the controls were not super duper tight, let's say. When you climb, it feels a bit clunky, like you have to press A and it does the action. In for instance, in Tomb Raider, you still have sometimes to press A, and sometimes I think the game even give you the prompt like the game did in this one. But it doesn't feel like the game climb automatically. It still feels like you are the one climbing. In this one, the climbing felt bad. Like, maybe watching me play didn't look like it was feeling that bad, but trust me, if you have the controller, if you play the game, you would understand what I mean by that. Like, it felt wrong. It didn't felt like, I think the right word for that is like feedback. There are some games that gives you a good feedback, right? And some games that give you bad feedback. This one was not giving you proper feedback. It was just not doing it. All right, so what it is in terms of like looting, traveling, combat, or puzzle. I don't think it's gonna be looting. I know a lot of is Zelda usually looting in my system? It might be, or is it traveling? Let me check real quick. Collapse all. Where are the Zelda? I think it's traveling because Zelda. Yeah, Zelda here. Zelda OTT. Where is Zelda OTT? Did I put every? No, I still separate the two. So like the regular Zelda are traveling, emergent, following, which I think is accurate, even for the 3D. So where is Zelda OOT? Am I just blind and I'm not seeing it? Maybe it's classified differently. It's in combat or looting. I'm confused. Where are my Zelda? What? Okay, what game did I put in Zelda? Gator. Little Gator game. Oh. Oh, that's why. Okay, I see what's happening. It's because I only have one symbol. That's the problem. But yeah, yeah, I would say it's traveling. In my system, I think they are pretty much all in traveling, right? Right. Because Zelda are like a maze, so to speak. It's a Metroidvania. It's backtracking. You get whatever upgrade here, allow you to come back in the next time you can actually go through this, and then behind that you find something else that allow you to get through that other thing. So it's you could say in a sense it's kind of like looting, right? You collecting a bunch of stuff, and it's through collecting stuff that. But I think the ultimate goal is just to get to the end, right? Is to, like, if you could skip everything and just get to the end, which some speed run does, like there's some like warp to Ganon and just kill Ganon and then not even like warp to credit almost. So like technically speaking, Zelda is just about traveling, like it's a maze, right? And it's a big part about like the story being told. Emergent, right? I think we can all agree on that. Following, it's a solo experience, and it's usually very balanced. And if you're not strong enough, you can keep collecting stuff to get stronger. And there's usually enough hard pieces and whatever and weapons to be strong enough, like a better armor that's gonna make the task easy enough that you can surely beat it. Yeah, I think that's about it. But yeah, I don't want you to think that my political opinion is gonna prevent me from enjoying Dungeons of Hinterberg. I think it's good. I honestly think it has potential. I'm just scared of it being kind of ruined by this eventually in the long run. But yeah, I like it. All right, let's check out Oddspark and the other one, Monster Harvest. So this one says an automation adventure, which I gotta say I'm intrigued. I kind of want that to be good, but I am really not sure. And welcome to Planimal something, huh? I'm guessing this is going to be a Pokemon type of thing. So I'm not sure which one to check first. I am so tired, guys. I need to figure out which one. Let's just which one is the first in my Oddspark is the first. I'm lazy to the point where I'm just gonna go with Oddspark because it's the next title and so I don't have to choose. It's on it feels almost random. Almost. What is I think I got bitten by a goddamn mosquito. I hate that. Give me a second here. Where is two. All right, we're gonna stop that. Okay, so language English, auto save interval 10 minutes. Sure. How often the game auto save? Note that the game does not treat different world with its own autosave. Wait, does not treat different worlds with its own autosave. Don't forget to manually save from time to time. Okay. Yeah, I guess makes sense. Everything can be changed later in the settings menu. You're saying it. The two images are easy to see. Oh, so it was fine then. Well, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I'm an old man. I want it to be bigger. It's fine. 0.9 is good enough. Screen shake intense. Oh, it's fine. Misophonia? What? Eating sound? Some games do it right, some games do it wrong. Maybe I'll leave it enabled, and if it drives me insane, I'll just put it off. I have nothing against electrical humming sound, but eating sound, like if it's too realistic and I feel like I'm hearing an actual person eating, I can't stand that noise. I swear I go nuts. It's like my instinct, like I must have been a predator. My ancestors were like, "You're eating? You must die. Don't eat my food." If I eat you, if I hear you eat, it's probably my food. What's happening here? My carpet has weird behavior. Okay. New game. Let's try a new game. Village name. I want a better name. It's Uxima. Is it character random? Oh boy. Oh my god. Remember what I said about the last game had a woke smell? Well, all the characters are ugly as fuck here. And they all look weird. So... oh my god, that last one with the ring nose? Fuck no, bro. This one is probably the best we've seen so far. Looks... oh shit. Now that. Or that. No, I hate this character creation thing. It's awful. Just can I go back to the one character that looks like a normal... oh my god, they're all ugly. Who made that? My god, it's fucking awful. This alone, the characters being that fucking ugly and shit, makes me not want to play the game. Who wants to be those characters? No one. Okay, the almost look normal. There's a bit too much color for the suit, but okay. I no. I want to cry. You know what? You're gonna be the one. You almost look normal. You almost don't look completely retarded. I do not like the character creation system. Whoever made that is a monster. Awful human being. You have no taste. You don't know how to make character that looks good and makes, you know, that people want to play. Like, what the fuck, bro? Did you earn your quota for like wokeness with this shit? Nah, just ugh. Disgusting. It is a calm, a quiet day, and you are relaxing on your bench. All of your daily tasks are done, and the warm sun gently lulls you to a midday nap. You dream of an adventure, of more exciting life than the one you have right now in the frontier village. When suddenly, a loud crash comes down the field and wakes you up. It's clear that there is no way to fix the shed, and you begin to clean up the area. As you clean the debris and shards of wood, you find a gleaming metal object in the middle of the mess. This must have been the thing that crushed into and destroyed your shed. Unsure of what it is, you pick up the strange metal object. It's warm to the touch. One person comes to mind as someone who can help figure out what it is: the divine researcher. Alright, so we need to go see the divine researcher. Alright, the gameplay looks kind of solid right now. I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised of how good the gameplay feels. Is it gonna keep going that way? I'm not sure. Divine researcher looks awful. You need my help with a weird thing? I love weird things. Let me see. Oh, what if we poke it right? The strange piece of metal you picked up from the broken shed comes alive. It wraps itself around your brooch and staff, and suddenly a wealth of information enters your mind. Dazed, you look at the ancient tablet near the researcher and realize you can understand the ancient writings. The ancient tablet seems particularly wrecked, but you can definitely read some of the text. Something about magic, devastation, a spark, something about hope. As you relay everything to the researcher, the feeling of hope you read about warmly wrapped itself around your chest. You can understand it? This is incredible, amazing news. You must look at the village monument for me. Examine the monument, okay. The strange metal, blah, 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 just, okay, shit, okay. Accept and pin, sure. Okay. Interesting, the fact that you can, accept and pin. It's kind of a cool option. So you can like make it your main quest or decide to just add it to your quest lines. Check it later. Go without me. I'll just slow you down. You come back and tell me what you find. You hear? All right. Interesting. Sorry about that. Oh, I'm getting really, really tired. But yeah, I wanna give this game, those two last game, I wanna give them justice and do them properly, right? Interesting. You can jump off the thing. Cool, cool. Village monument looms above you. Quietly, and with the weight of its years behind it, you extend your hand, and the strange metal in your boot radiates a soft light. Suddenly, the carvings on the stone itself begin to shift into text. You barely have time to understand what you see as writing appears and disappears. You can't catch all the information. Something about being last accessed several million days ago. The word danger catches your eye. The monument is clearly more important than everyone has assumed. The words settle for a moment. Dangerous levels of corrupted aether detected. Cleaning pulse routine is initiated. You can hear the monument rattle. Something inside is trying to activate itself, but nothing happens. Etheric cleansing fail. Function locked. Connection severed. Cleansing routine recommended. Danger to life. Critical. The monument opens up, revealing a large number of small slabs of stone. One appears in the middle with a single slot and a single button. You should tell the divine researcher about everything you found. Sure. So it looks a bit like a Zelda, but the whole thing about automation, like, I'm not sure what it is about. And I want to get to that part before I stop playing and call it a Zelda and go to the next game, because I don't think it's going to be a Zelda. Did you look at the Divine Monument yet? Tell me what you've seen. Don't keep this old man waiting. You describe everything you've seen when the village monument was activated to the divine researcher. The strange text, the slot that could fit an aether shard, how it attempted to perform a cleansing pulse but failed. The divine researcher's ever-present smile falls as he tries to digest everything. You've had individual explore north, past the woodlands, and even past the mountains. The one that traveled furthest returned ill and talked about how the magic, the aether itself, felt strange. Some had used the word corrupted. It would explain a lot if the village monument could clean corrupted aether. It did seem odd that this place was so perfect for establishing a new village. Sounds like we should turn it on. Okay, so we need to go back to the monument and turn it on. Okay, so there's like chests everywhere, but we cannot really interact with them. But I don't have like what am I supposed to do? I don't get it. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Mayor. Hello, my dear. Have you eaten? Have a cookie. But you're not giving me the cookie. You're just like, have a cookie. Where's the cookie, bitch? Where's the cookie, bitch? I want my cookie. If you need a nether shard, you'll have to head into the woodlands. Oh, right, he mentioned the woodlands. This will be the first time in a long while that anyone who's in as a bona fide explorer has gone there, and it can be dangerous if you're not careful. Normally, you get a nether shard by hunting animals, but I know that neither of us is much of a hunter. Luckily, you can also find them in a spunny corpse. Oh, and while you're there, there's an ancient shrine just outside. It has this cookie little golden guy on top. You should check that out too. Okay, accept and pin. Have a great adventure, you hear? Okay, there's something behind him with a question mark. Huh. Okay, so we can gather resources. Interesting. What's that question mark for? Village pedestal. I don't understand. Current divine rune. Although it seems like this rune is particularly wrecked. Okay. Don't forget to drink some water. Just like plants, you need hydration too. Oh, fuck off, bitch. I don't need that kind of crap. You're not my mom. Hey, quartermaster. Hey, nothing else? Just hey. Exit village. Is this where we're supposed to go? Stumpy Spark Shrine. Oh, wait. An ancient stone rune stand in front of you. It's clear now that it's less of a shrine and more of a machine. It glows lightly under your touch, and the carvings on the stone begin to shift to create words. Test start. Attempting to create one stumpy spark. Connection not found. Test failed. To reconnect, unlock function. Mission range 0. Ancient waypoint stand in front of you. It glows lightly under your touch, and the carving on the stone begins to shift to create words. Waypoint inactive. Connection not found. To reconnect, unlock waypoint. Okay, sure. So we need to unlock this. Of logs. I'll call them Stumpy Sparks. They're the first step in making it right. What have I done? What is this game? Huh. Okay, collect Aether Shard from corpse. I need to find a corpse. Right, because I'm not a fighter, I need to find a corpse. Is that a corpse? It is. Go back to the village. Interesting. Well, I guess our mission is done. Okay, the game is about looting. Let me tell you this. I'm pretty sure it's going to be about looting. Even if it's like a, old automation thing, like the title says. Automation games are about, making product, looting products, accumulating goods. Access the monument. Oh, wait. Access the monument. Transfer item. Unlock. Machine range 0. Unlock all workstation shrine at range 0. One workstation will be unlocked. Stumpy Spark Shrine. Leaves, stone. Unlock fast travel to the village monument waypoint. Okay. So now I can unlock it. Interesting. You've unlocked the village monument waypoint. Select an active waypoint to the map to fast travel to it. Okay. Let's transfer that, which unlock waypoint range 0 here. Ancient waypoints at range 0. You've unlocked your first ancient waypoint. Ancient waypoints needs to be fueled before they can be used. Interesting. Machine range 1, build preset. Wait. Son Timber, leaves, and this one is Stumpy Spark. Okay. Exit through the old mine shaft. Examine the ancient strike outside. Okay, so now we need to go back to where we're gonna build and make stuff, I guess. Like here. Examine. You touch the shrine and it slowly whirls into life. It seems to be running some kind of test and it's checking that everything still works. Suddenly, it spits out a rather strange creature into your arms. The shrine registered that the Stumpy Spark has been immediately activated as part of the test. The Stumpy Spark stares at you and it seems ready and eager to receive instruction. However, before anything can be done, with the puff of magic, the Stumpy Spark turns into a wooden disc that fits in your hand. With the spark's deactivation successful, the shrine states that it's now fully operational and ready to be assigned sparks. The strange metal in your shaft and your staff changes, and slots that can fit the disc appears. You place the wooden disc into the slot and the Stumpy Spark begins to follow you. Efficiency, defense, offense, capacity. Stumpy Spark. Okay, the basic spark, the most basic of sparks. Can't do a lot, tries hard, a good listener. The quartermaster. Okay, you can throw, spark, aim, wait, LT. Change between holding and toggling mode. Okay. I have a minion now. He's cutting the tree. And he's picking the shit up. That's it. I have to pick the rest up. Interesting. Okay. Complete quest at Divine Researcher. We need to go back to harvest pine saddling. Huh. So I try to remember a game that looks and feel like that. Hmm. Hmm. I guess maybe Palwell has some resemblance to that in a sense. In Palwell, you capture, your pals and then you make them work for you. I am not sure what kind of game this is yet. I'm tired. I don't want to play that for like an hour of time. Also, we've been at it for 2.5 hours, so we need to close this show at some point and get to the last game. But man, man, I don't know what this is exactly. I'm not sure how to describe it properly, and I don't want to misclassify it either. This is strange. You've unlocked it? Fantastic. Did you check out the shrine? What changed there? You tell the Divine Researcher anything about the ancient shrine you've discovered, especially the rather strange creature that came out of it after you fixed it. So they call sparks, you say? How unusual. Clearly, I have some research to do. They're quite cute. They're quite cute. You should show them around. Maybe others in the village will something to say about them. Will have. There's a word missing there. Maybe others in the village will have something to say about them. Maybe they will spark some ideas. Haha. Pun very intended here. Alright. So now we need to fill a spark slot in the Stumpy Spark Shrine. The fuck? What are those little creatures? Sparks, you say? And you can get them to do work for you? Tell me more. You see his eyes twinkle as you describe the ancient shrine and how the sparks work in one. He mutters something and nods to himself. That's pretty ingenious. To think we've missed these sparks, even though they were right under our noses. Right. Let me have a few, will you? And get me some materials. I want to try making a logger that your little sparks can use. Okay, so I need to give him 10 wooden log, 5 stones, and 2 stumpy spark. You leave the woodman deep in thought as he mentally constructs a design for the logger. Did you get everything already? If you forgot about what you do, should check the log quest. Okay, the game is really good. I gotta say, the game is very, very good. Survival crafting. Survival crafting, like Satisfactory, Power World, stuff like that. I guess that's what it is. I'm sorry if I don't play more. I'm super duper tired. I feel like I'm doing a bad job of covering this game right now. but I think that's about what it is. Like, I will for sure keep on playing it, and I will give you feedback, guys. I will tell you more about what it is in the next few episodes. At some point, I will talk about this game and then give you some feedback about it and what it is exactly, because I'm curious to play it more of it and to find out more. I don't know when I'm gonna do that. Like, maybe not tonight, today, but I'm adding this to my wish list on Steam. If it's, I was like, if it's not there already, I don't think it's there because I don't think I've ever heard about this game before today. I was thinking about the Hell Hijo because I at the beginning of the show I was saying that, like, if it's not on my wish list, I'll add it. But Hell Hijo was indeed already in my wish list. It's just that it costs too much, and that's why I think it's like, I think it's overpriced. I think Hell Hijo is not worth what they're asking for. But maybe it's just because I don't know how good the game is. I don't know. I think it's overpriced. This one here seems to have all of the hallmark of a survival crafting game. You collect stuff, you craft stuff, and you need to, like, all the quests so far seems to be like, go there, collect a bunch of stuff, bring me back that stuff. And then it's talking about automation, so it's gonna be like satisfactory. You're gonna like build some sort of like factory with some sort of weird tools or something, and it's gonna be a mix between magic and, you know, so I don't know. It looks like it has a lot of potential, and I need to move on because we've been on this for a while, and I'm getting super tired. No joke. I don't want to fall asleep and ruin this episode. Save. It has auto save, but I don't know last time it saved, so I'm just gonna save again. Okay, quit. It says also that it has like auto saving at the beginning, right? Right here we see what it's gonna look like later, right? So you can expect that kind of gameplay later on in the game, I guess, with some sort of track, little roads for your drone or whatever you could call them. Sparks, I think is the name. I don't know if they're gonna have different name, if they're all different types of sparks or whatever, but yeah, you're gonna have those little creatures that you animate and you use to collect, fight, and build stuff. It looks super cool, honestly. I wanna play more of this. I wanna know more. But for now, like I said, I need to move on. This is just a first impression, right? It's just about knowing what it is and if it is good. And yeah, I would say it's pretty good. No, seriously, it's pretty good. I like it. Let me put the music. I'm falling asleep bad, and I'm like, what am I gonna do to wake myself up? I might take a small break, get up, and walk for a minute or two for real, because I'm falling asleep big time. It's been a while. You have to understand. I've been used to go to sleep pretty late, right? And I've been doing this show at like 10 o'clock for 10 p.m. for a while now. So usually I'm not that tired and I'm not falling asleep. But 2 days ago, we lost electricity for an entire day, and I couldn't sleep during the night without electricity. I didn't have my AC. It was a horrible night. I didn't sleep at all. So I'm kind of still missing one full night of sleep. Like, I slept a lot yesterday during the night, but I don't feel like I've recuperated much. And like now it feels like it's super early for me, but with what happened like 2 days ago because of that night that I skipped, I still feel it really much. Like, I'm not 20 years old anymore. I'm 43, and when I skip an entire night of sleep, I do feel it. And right now I'm feeling it big time. I'm sorry if I talk too much about it, but I'm freaking tired. I spend the whole day walking around the city doing errands, and I'm tired. All right, Oddspark. I was expecting something not good, not bad, because the graphic didn't look that bad, and I like the idea of playing an automation game, and it looks like a charming little game. The Character creation was a bit odd and disappointing. It scared the shit out of me. Right after we played Dungeon of Hinterberg, I was like, oh, not another one of those. It seems that maybe it doesn't have as much of that flavor, but the character creation sure did look odd. But beyond that, the game was great. It felt great. I don't know if it's for everyone, and I don't know if it has enough polish and everything that it's going to be a 5 star. I honestly doubt it. Like, what I've seen so far was not impressive enough. It didn't give me the vibe of this is going to be a 5 star game. I don't know if I want to just give it a 3 either. I feel like, let me put it this way. I'll give it a 3 objectively speaking, because I do not think it's a bad game. I don't think it's just meh. I think it's actually quite good and very... It seems to be polished enough that I think it's going to be good quality overall. I think I haven't seen enough yet to judge, but it looks like it's going to be charming and polished enough. So I think that I'm going to like it more than it deserved to be loved. I don't know if it's going to get to a 5 star, 5 heart for me, but it sure felt like a good game. I really want to get back to it and play more and try to discover what it is more in detail, because right now I'm not entirely sure, but it feels like a survival crafting game. Okay, wait. Survival crafting. I don't think we can modify the land, terraform and stuff. So because of that, I'm gonna put it as Subnautica satisfactory, because automation and a lot of those games that you cannot modify the terrain, you can actually build factories and stuff, which, maybe one day we'll have a mix of both, where you can both dig and like have like a factory. And I'm sure that that already exists out there, right? But for what I've played personally, it seems to be like almost like always like one or the other. Although you can kind of automate a little bit of things. You can make machines in Terraria. I guess you can also make machines in Minecraft too. So you have automation to a certain extent in those games. So yeah, it's definitely survival crafting. And because I don't see any terraforming, I'm gonna put Subnautica for now more than Terraria. But yeah, we played briefly, even though I feel like I've played a lot, because it's the type of game, right, where there's a lot of onboarding, right? It's a lot of tutorial, and it's gonna take a while for the game to present itself, teach you like the basics, the rope, and let you loose and be like, okay, now you kind of know what to do. Have fun with this and explore. So I don't know how much time I've spent, but maybe over 20-30 minutes easy. Like, I feel like I've spent a lot of time on Oddsparks. Anyway, I think it's going to be looting, right? It's going to be about acquiring materials yourself at first, but eventually you're going to have your little sparks that's going to gather stuff for you. I saw a train at some point in the menu or something. So I'm going to automate stuff, but it's going to be about looting, right? I'm going to say evolving, because the world will eventually evolve over time, right? You will build stuff that's going to change the landscape a little bit, right? At least for that playthrough you're in. If it's not like, a different map each and every time, at least while you're playing it, you're going to actively modify the map, and maybe some resources will deplete at some place, right? If you harvest a tree, the tree disappears, right? Maybe the tree respawn 2 days later in the game time, whatever, but there's like an evolution. There's like, you're in the quote unquote world that is alive, right? So that's why we're talking about evolving. Most building games are evolving type of deal. in this game you're following, right? Following your character. It looks like it's going to be a solo experience. And without being casual, it sure doesn't look that's going to be like super duper challenging. So I'm going to put it at balance. Because I don't think it's completely casual and easy and like, you know, les deux doigts dans le nez sans se forcer. It's going to be some effort to be put, like a little bit of puzzle aspect to it. Like your brain's going to need to work a little, right? So there's going to be some sort of challenge without it being challenging per se. So I think that's about it for this game. All right, give me a few seconds here. I'm gonna get up, walk, maybe take a puff or something, you know, but I'm gonna stretch, slap my face, get some water because the water is getting stale. Maybe, I don't know. I need to wake up. I seriously am falling asleep big time right now. I don't feel good. So for the last game, just to, you know, be a little bit more in the mood, I'll take a 2 to 5 minute breaks. I'll get up off my chair, stretch, get some water, and we're gonna finish this, guys, in beauty with Monster Harvest in a few seconds, guys. In a few seconds. We'll be right back. All right, maybe if I had given myself a few more slaps or something, it would have helped. I don't know. It helped. It helped. Okay, I was literally falling asleep big time playing Oddsparks, and it's not because it was not fun. It was because I'm tired. Now we have one more game tonight for the show, guys. Let's get to it. Best case scenario. Oh my god, it looks like some sort of farming game. That's not what I thought it was at all. I thought it was gonna be like a Pokemon. I was gonna say Best case scenario, we launch this. It's just a Pokemon clone. You start, it gives you the choice between 3 monsters. You pick one and go on an adventure. And I'm gonna be like, okay, it's a Pokemon. Like, wrap this up. GG. I'm gonna go to bed. I don't know what this is here. What is this? Oh boy. So it's a farming game. That's why it's called Harvest. But the monster made me think that it was going to be... Well, it's a Canadian game, I think. Oh, sorry. The maple thing with the joystick looked like a Canadian, I don't know, icon for something that just implies that it's Canadian. Anyway, man, I'm tired. It's no joke. Jesus. New game. Okay, my name is Oxney. No, not with a fucking capital H. Did I press capital? I hate when games does that. Fuck you. My name is Seb. Piece of shit. I'm getting tired. When I lose my patience, when I lose my patience, it's like when I'm hungry. I'm tired. There's something going on if I'm not patient. Usually I'm pretty patient, and right now I'm like... Enter farm name. Well, Oxima. That's the name I go by default. This guy looks cool. I'll play with him. Alright. Let's get that cursor out of my face. We want to play with a controller here. I was living in the city, barely getting by, when one day I received a letter from my uncle. I hadn't heard from him in years, but I remembered him fondly from when I was young. He was a scientist and was always excited to learn more about nature. I wonder what he's up to now. One day I received a letter from my uncle telling me about an amazing new discovery he had made. A substance that can transform plants into animals. His letter tells me his name is... Wait. Is that a typo? His... Like... I think they meant he has named, but I think that's a typo. Anyway, he has named these creatures planimals. Planimals? Oh boy, what a name. The discovery has gotten a lot of interest, and a town has sprung up almost overnight around his lab. I thought it was a Pokemon game. I don't know why I thought Pokemon, because I saw Monster... I don't know. It's a farming game? Take care of the old farm. His letter says he's far too busy with his research to deal with the farm. He writes that he remembers how much I used to love visiting his farm many years ago. I've never really cared for the city life and like adventure. I think I'll take up my uncle's offer and take over his farm. I wonder what my new life will hold. So it's like Harvest Moon, but with monsters somehow. Dude, this guy looks like a freak. Is it just me, or the sprite is just off? Hi, Seb. I was hoping you would get my letter. Welcome to Planimal Point. Well, that's the name people have started to call it ever since I discovered Planimals. It has a nice ring to it, don't you think? Here's the farm. It's all yours if you want it. It might be a bit overgrown. I I've been far too busy with my research to tend the land and spend most of my time in my life in town. I remember you used to love coming to visit the farm when you were younger. That was a long time ago, but I'm sure with some hard work you can get the farm looking as good as new. I think you will really enjoy it here. The country life suits you, and Planimal Point is a great community. I have to get back to my research, but settle in and I'll come back tomorrow with some seeds to show you the basics of farming. Okay. What is that? That's not a sword. Okay. All right. This is gonna be some sort of well, Harvest Moon, yeah, but that new game that every time I want to talk about it, Stardew Valley, Stardew Valley. I don't know what's up with me and that name, but every time I try to remember the name of Stardew Valley, I have to like, what's that name? What's that game? What is it already? What's the name? Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be a Stardew Valley type of deal here. Are you excited for your first day on the farm? Not really. I'll teach you the basics and we'll get your first crop set up so you'll be all set for your new life as a farmer. To interact with the things, all you need to do is press the interact button. And when you are close to an object or townsperson, what's up with my eye now? There's some dust in it. I don't know, some dirt, some whatever. All right. You can move a lot faster than I can, but if you need a boost, press the dodge button to perform a roll. Most action you perform will drain your stamina. That's why I didn't like Stardew Valley. I tried to play Stardew Valley and I started the game and I barely did anything. I started like, planting whatever, like, working the land a little bit. And at some point I just ran out of stamina and I couldn't do anything, like anything. And I didn't know what to do. I was like stuck. I was like, wait a second. I ran out of stamina, so now I'm not able to do anything at all. What am I missing? Like, how do I replenish it? Like, I was like, this is bad. I hate the system. So, give me a first bad impression. And I'm sure the game is not bad. Far from it, I'm sure. But it gave me a bad impression that day. The statue bar shows you your stamina in green, your experience point in blue, your current amount of money, and the weather. Okay. If you run out of stamina, you will be too tired to work. Some items like food or crops will replenish some of your stamina. It's probably what I had to do in Stardew Valley, and I couldn't figure out how to get my stamina back. I was retarded when I played the game. I don't know what was wrong with me. I was so disappointed though, because I expected the game to be super good, and because I couldn't understand the most basic mechanic, I felt stupid and I felt like, nah, I'm not gonna play that, at least not now. So I dropped off. It's kind of sad. But all right, so all you need is some food. Or it says crops, but I guess it's like kind of like food, right? Maybe food has to do with like it's prepared ingredients, not just like raw crops. I don't know. Now let's get you to farming. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that so I can go to bed. To clear your farm and ready to sow, you will need to select the right tool for the job. Tools and items can be chosen from the Quick Select menu. The axe can cut down trees and small logs. The pickaxe can break stones and minerals. To ready the soil, you have to till the ground with the hoe. So that's the third one. Once you've cleared some space and tilled some ground, take these seeds and plant them in the tilled soil. Plants need to be watered daily with the watering can unless it's raining, otherwise they will wither away. Be sure to refill your watering can at the pond when you run out. After a few days, you will have a fully grown crop. You can place crops or items you want to sell to the consignment board. Okay. I'll sell any good you post there to the right buyer and leave the money for you in the morning. Why don't you try it out? When you're done for the day, be sure to rest up in your bed. You can sleep through the next morning, or you can rest until night time and do a few more chores around the farm. I'll stay here for today while you get started. Okay. Isn't not my axe? Okay, it works actually. Discover wood. It can be used to build things like fences and chests if you know how. Well, I guess I don't know how yet. I think that's the pickaxe, right? So I guess this is the one I need. I'm not sure. My energy is going down and I'm not sure what I'm doing. Consignment board. Any item you post. Okay, cool. Cool. So yeah, what is it? Stardew Valley, Harvest Moon, all of those games, right? Ooh, we got rocks. You discover a rock. It can be used to build things like paths and buildings if you know how. Okay, I'll tell you that. I want to give it another chance at Stardew Valley. ASAP, for real. For the backlog benchmark, right? I need to give it a second chance. Because there's a lot of games we're gonna classify it as Stardew Valley like. What am I talking about it at? If I haven't played Stardew Valley, how can I compare them to Stardew Valley and say it's like Stardew Valley? What the fuck are you talking about, bro? You've never played it, right? I was saying the same thing this morning about Diablo-like, right? I still don't know what Diablo is. I haven't played Diablo myself. Like, I've seen gameplay of it, so I kind of know what it is. The same way I knew what Skyrim was before playing it, but when I played it, it felt different, so to speak. It felt a certain way that, like, now I know what it is because I played it. And that's one of the things I was saying this morning in episode 45, if this is 46, right? This is 46, I think it's 46. From episode 50 to 100, we're gonna, as often as possible, we're gonna try to focus on one type of game, and we're gonna try to define what it is and showcase games that are remarkable, that are of that type, or that we think that are that type, and we're gonna compare them to that one game that we named the category after, right? So, like, In the case of this game right now, it looks and feel like Stardew Valley. We need to play Stardew Valley. And also, yeah, I think this is similar to Stardew Valley. At least it feels like it right now. In terms of look and feel, for what I remember when the brief time I spend with the game. Okay, I really need to figure out. Okay, so this is like a chicken coop, right? Yeah, there's rock everywhere, trees and stuff everywhere. It's all kind of bad. What is this? Soil level, you have 0. Okay, if you have hearts, you can improve the... Okay, so with the hoe here. How do I... I would just like to figure out that one simple thing. It's not hard, right? Wait, it worked here. Okay, it works here. I'm gonna cut that motherfucking tree. We're gonna make a small... We barely have any energy right now. It's not going well energy-wise. We spend too much time cutting trees and rocks at the other side there. Okay. There we go. Oh, this is gonna be something. We're doing it, guys. We're doing it. I'm getting tired. I don't know how many I have. 7. Okay. I'm gonna try to plant them all, right? I'm getting way too tired. I need food or something. Hey, Grandpa. Yo, fuckhead. Why don't you try using those tools I gave you? I need food. I need water. I need something. I'm about to run out of stamina like I did in the other stupid game that I just refused to play after that. Where's the water though? You haven't unlocked the bunker yet. The bunker. Does walking lose any energy? Doesn't look that bad. Alright, I don't want to quit just yet. I'm kind of ready to give my verdict in terms of like what it is. I think we can all tell that it's a Stardew Valley type of game, right? You get the farm and you need to take care of the farm. Oh, wait. Here? How do I get the water? Is there already water in my can? No. I saw something there. Oh no, it's just my house. What is this thing here? Shop? House upgrade. Okay. That's like a mailing box or something. Alright. Where's the water? That's all we want to know. We just want to know where's the water. I'm gonna try to see if I can water with the can as it is right now. Okay, fuck it, we're doing it. Hopefully there's enough for all of them. All right, I'm too tired. I can't do anything. I'm too tired. I need to go to bed. Okay, evening, so I get some stamina. Well, I don't have much, but I have a little bit. All right, what's down? What's up? Well, I did. I guess I'll just go to bed. It's fine. Fine, game. Fine. I'll go to bed. Till the next day. Okay, cool. Let's go see what we've planned. Grandpa, whatever. That freak is not here anymore. The water can is almost empty. Let's make sure we use the water left. There's no water left. Let's see if we can get the water back from at the bottom here. Come on now. Yes, it worked. Nice. Nice. It's simple and easy. I love this. All right. You know, when you understand a game, it makes the whole difference, right? If you try to play the game and you just don't get it, it's gonna feel bad. So this feels better than Stardew Valley, not because it's better, but just because I got stuck. I ran out of stamina. I was like, maybe all I had to do was just go to fucking bed and that's it. I don't know what I did wrong in the other game. But yeah, I'm having a better experience this time. How do I save? Was it, does it automatically save? Quit to desktop. It's fine. It doesn't matter if it saves or not. Though I would like to resume if I try it back later. But I like the graphics. When I see a screenshot like that, I'm like, hell yeah, this looks cool. And I'm very curious about the whole, like, you're breeding animals, monster, whatever. Like, how does that work? What's the monster have to do with anything in the story? Are you going to go on adventure with those monsters and use them to harvest stuff or do stuff? Like, what is it going to be? Like, I'm curious. And it looks like it's going to be like, remember, guys, 5-10 episodes ago, we did a game called Graveyard Keeper that was kind of similar to Harvest Moon and Stardew Valley and stuff like that, but it was about you being like a guy who works in a graveyard, a gravekeeper, right? And like it has like basically like a different flavor, a different, you know, twist on the whole managing your little farm. And I feel like this is pretty much the same here. Like, you're gonna have possibly a little twist with this whole, like, your plants are also monsters, animals, whatever, and like whatever it entails. I don't know. I'm curious. I kind of want to play. And compared to my first impression when I played Stardew Valley like a year or two ago, I don't even know. Like, I'm curious. Let's see. I keep talking about it. I need, like I said, to add it to like one of the benchmark as soon as possible, like episode 50 or some shit, right? We need at some point to establish, look at how popular it is. Like, I barely have any friends on Steam, okay? Like, I'm not the type of person who have like 50, 100,000 like friends on Steam. I have like 13 friends or some shit, okay? Yeah, I have 13 friends right now. So out of 13's individual, I have 2 that have the game on their wish list, and I have 5 of them that have played the game previously. most games I have in my library are not like that. So this is a benchmark. This is a standard. This is something that we should all play, and then we can evaluate other games in comparison to Stardew Valley, right? Yet, even though I played 20 minutes 4 years ago, wow, time go by so fast. 2021, when I actually finally give it a try, for only 20 minutes, got stuck because I ran out of stamina. Sad story. But Monster Harvest, which is kind of very similar to Stardew Valley, I'm presuming, because I'm talking out of my ass here, I don't know, I haven't played Stardew Valley, but I'm gonna say that it's a farming, I don't have farming. Oh, it's business management. Yeah, okay, anyway. Stardew. What do you mean there's no Stardew? Is it Harvest Moon? Oh, yeah, I'm old school, guys. I'm old school. Yeah, right. It's not Stardew Valley. It's Stardew Valley is actually like Harvest Moon, which I bet there's a bunch of people my age or older or even younger that would be like, yeah, actually, yeah. Stardew Valley is just a new thing. It's like, what are you talking about? It's like saying like whatever new first-person shooter is the boomer shooter when Doom is the one that actually created it, right? So like that would be the same thing here. Like, yeah, sure, Stardew Valley is a good example. It's like one of the prime example, in fact. But what what led us to Stardew Valley? Stuff like Harvest Moon. If there was no... How many Harvest Moon? How many Harvest Moon games? Question mark. Fuck off. 31? I was expecting a lot, but like 10 or 12? 31. So yeah, you can say whatever the fuck you want, man. Maybe it's a Stardew Valley game, but in my book and in most people's who actually know their shit book, it's a Harvest Moon game, bro. It's like when I say an RPG is like whatever games that I've played, like Grim Dawn. Grim Dawn is a very, very, very good RPG, but it's not Diablo. And most people will say a Diablo-like, and it's a game like Diablo. But when I say that, I feel like I'm the same as Stardew Valley. I talking out of my ass. I don't know what it is. I've never played Diablo itself, like the one Diablo. No, not yet. I've seen it, but I haven't. But on a parallel note, to come back to the subject here, I did play Harvest Moon. I did play the original one on GameCube. I don't know if there was. I say the original one. I bet now there was one on SNES, I think. I'm not sure. Anyway, the one that I played was the first one on GameCube. Because I said the original because there was more than one on GameCube. At least two, if not three or more. But I played the original, the first Harvest Moon on GameCube. And that was a great experience, guys. Great game. Now, for this one here, because of the graphics, I was like, this looks like a quality game. I thought it was going to be a Pokemon game, and it might turn out to be some weird Pokemon game later on down the road, but I doubt it. At this point, I'm pretty convinced it's going to be like a Stardew Harvest Moon type of, a little farming simulator. I don't know if it's going to be 5. I'm going to give it a solid 4. And as somebody who's never really played Harvest Moon to the end, or any of the Stardew Valley, or any of those farming type of thing, this one makes me want to play one. Um, the one I mentioned earlier, Graveyard Keeper. Also, I'm curious about Graveyard Keeper. I haven't touched it since the show, but it's definitely in the back of my mind. Like, one day I'll play Graveyard Keeper. I'll go back to it, and this the same feeling I have with Monster Harvest. I'm gonna go on Steam and add it to my wish list, and I had a really good first impression of this. For real, it was good. Um, Better than Oddspark and Dungeon of Hinterberg, because I didn't detect any kind of DEI wokeness or any of that shit. It just felt like a goddamn fucking game, and I was completely immersed and jumped into another universe. It was great. I didn't like Oddspark and Interberg, Dungeon of Interberg, because it felt like a political message, propaganda. And when you play a game, you don't want to be propagandized. You just want to evade, escape. It's called escapism, right? Because you want to escape reality, not being schooled like in reality. Um, is it going to be about looting? I think so. I don't think it's going to be combat, nor traveling, nor puzzle much. It's going to be about, well, maybe puzzle, so to speak, in terms of like you need to manage your business, right? It's a management thing. So I guess to a certain extent, maybe it's, but I feel like it's more a looting, because it's more like you collect stuff, you're harvesting stuff, and it's all about accumulating more resources. So I think it's not much about the management of the resources, that it's about the collection and the production of the resources, if that makes any sense, right? Remember, guys, how I said many times in the past how I think a lot of games are a mixture of many of those aspects, right? And a lot of games try to be many things at the same time and try to put all of the component of what a video game is, and they try to smash, try to reinvent the wheel and try to make a new game, and that has all of the aspect of the favorite games they've played, right? So a lot of games are both puzzle, combat, exploring, looting, but ultimately we have to decide on one, right? Like, which one is the one? And I feel like this is more about looting than managing. Evolving, right? Because we're gonna build stuff, we're gonna harvest and manage the farm, which will feel like we're building. We're gonna change the environment. We're gonna literally change it and make it evolve over time. It's following. It's very much of a solo experience, I believe. And in terms of difficulty, I wouldn't play casual, simply because, like Stardew Valley, I ran out of stamina and I rage quit. This one, I almost ran out of stamina, and you definitely have to manage the thing and be deliberate in what you do. You cannot just like go random and just fuck around. You need to like use your stamina well and manage it well, and know what you're doing. So there's definitely going to be some challenge to it. Is it going to be challenging, like hard? Maybe I will have to adjust it, but my first impression is that it's going to be kind of chill. I could be wrong. I'll put it as balanced though. Now, this is gonna be an interesting, very, oh my god. Sometimes it's super easy. Sometimes I have 5 games that I'm like, they're boring or they're super good or whatever, but like usually there's like at least 2 or 3 of them that really like shines, or like if you watch the show from the beginning to the end, right? You watch me play, my first reaction, how I'm like, I want to keep playing, or all right, this is enough. Let's move on, right? depending on my reaction and how much I don't know. There's too much pollen right now. My nose is. I thought I was gonna be a ha ha, like a chew, but no. Oh my god, it's horrible. Pollen season needs to end, man. I don't know what month when it ends. Apparently, the seasons are kind of all upside down, right? I don't know if it's kind of like I go on a tangent right now. I don't know if you guys heard, but there was places that had like falls leaves already, like the leaves were falling down in the colors of fall, but were like August. Anyway, completely on a tangent right now, but yeah. All that to say, we have 5 games. At the end of the show, we always declare a winner, which one we crown, which one won my hearts. And as I was saying, this is a weird one in the sense that they are all really interesting. For real, like I'm not joking. Even Oddspark and Dungeon of Hinterberg, all of the games were great in many aspects tonight. Like we had a lot of originality. I know I was really critical of Dungeons and Oddsparks, especially Dungeon, but Oddsparks too, because like of that smells of DEI wokeness thing. But the games were really good still. Windjammers 2 was surprisingly good. Hell, Hijo, compared to what I remember when I did certification for it, almost more than 5 years ago now. Yeah, more than 5 years ago. Before 2020. Oh my god, before 2020. More than 5 years ago I played LD Joe. And it was way, way better tonight. So, if I had no other games in the world, and I would not just go back to, what is it called? Nickelodeon Kart Racer 2 Grand Prix. If I play something tonight before I go to bed, it's gonna be that or Magic the Gathering because I'm tired and I don't wanna I don't wanna think too much. So I think I'm just gonna go in and maybe try to beat the game because there's like 8 cup and I beat 7 of the 8 cups, so I just need to play one more cup, finish the championship, and hooray, I can say I beat the game. GG. So probably gonna do that before tonight. But if I didn't have any other games and I had to pick one of those 5 tonight to go back to, which one would it be? Good question. Really, really good question. When I played today, which one captivated me the most where I was like, I want to keep playing, I don't want to go back? All right, let's do the process of elimination, right? Monster Harvest is great, but it's too much like Stardew Valley with you having to deal with your stamina. I like it, but that's not the one that stole my heart. Oddspark was very, very quite intriguing, I gotta say. Man, I don't know. Like, they're both all very interesting because they are very creative, and I love games that distinguish themselves by being different, original, right? Like I've played many games in my life, so at some point where like, everything looks the same a bit. So when I get games that really look different and feels different, like I got to like highlight it. The same way that I'm gonna eliminate Monster Harvest, Hell Hijo was great. Man. But El Hijo, I kind of wanted to keep playing too. I think I even said something like that, right? I think I even said something like I could keep playing this all night. Yeah, LA Joe was definitely way better than the first time around. Guys, I need to wrap this up and give you a conclusion. My conclusion is that I don't know who I want to give it to. um, I guess there's not a clear winner. I am kind of like it's like a mix of like I'm not indifferent, but I'm not super duper enthusiastic. Like, let's say today, this morning, we have Gianna's sister, right? And King of Fighters that were really standing out. And Gianna's sister was an exceptional experience to the point where I didn't really even thought about it, like which one wins. It's like, yeah, this one definitely distinguished itself of the other five. I don't know. At times, I want to say Dungeons of Hinterberg, even though I was hyper critical of it. I'm really curious to playing more of this. Windjammer was super cool. I feel like I'm 100% going to play more. I was also super bad at it. And Oddsparks, I feel like we didn't play enough to really appreciate it. Like, we didn't get to the part where we're going to start doing automation and stuff. So, I don't know. I, I I think I'm gonna give it to dungeons, guys. Okay? Sometimes sometimes you are critical the most of the things that you like the most. And there was something about dungeons that really like the graphics, I don't know, the fact that the game tried to imply that you are in real life, right? There's like some sort of realistic settings, right? But the seconds you get into the village, even though you're like, okay, they're role playing the fact that there is like, but there is sort of like magic and there is the portal and all of that. And I don't know, there is something about these games that, even though, like I said, and I said it many times during my time with the game, it smells like DEI, it smells like ESG and all that wokeness nonsense. It still feels like it's going to be a good game. I feel bad for LE Joe. I feel like it's unfair that I didn't spend enough time with Oddspark. And I feel like Windjammers was a really good contender because of how I was like just loving playing it. But I don't know if it's gonna be like Windjammer. I feel like it would be like a bit shallow, right? It's gonna be like some sort of sport, so to speak, and I don't know how much depth there is to it, and I'm not sure as I'm gonna be hooked that much. So maybe that's why I don't feel like it deserves to win as much as the others. Maybe like the same way Monster Harvest. It, I don't know. It feels like it's just imitating other games, and it's not like Wild Dungeons of Hinterberg. And that's why I'm gonna try to close it here and stop rambling. I think Dungeon of Hinterberg's has this freshness that even Oddspark even Oddspark feels really original. I had like some kind of really creative, unique little world. Really looks like it has a lot of charm. But Dungeons of Hinterberg, it's just different. It really is different, and it looks like it's going to be a great game. I think that's the one that has the most potential. That's why I'm voting for it, and I'm gonna give it the trophy. All right, I rambled enough, guys. Way too much time. Oh no, I never posted on. My God, guys. I never pressed post. Well, rip. Discard. I guess we forgot to announce our stream on X today. That happens. That happens. Um. Oh shit. sorry about the echo. I was just trying to open Twitch to see if I can host someone. I don't think I have a target, unfortunately. Well, that's just how it is. Sometimes it's rare, but sometimes we don't have a target. On that note, guys, then thank you so much for watching. I see that it's like 3 hours 20 minutes. It's been a long episode. If you've stayed with me the whole time, thank you so much. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. Always really truly appreciate it. You have an amazing rest of your day, guys. You take care. Hopefully we see each other pretty soon. And when I say pretty soon, I mean like most likely I'm gonna try my best to record 2 more episodes tomorrow, Friday. Friday what? The 15th? Yes, it was 1 a.m. so it's today. Friday the 15th, August the 15th. We're gonna try to record 2 more episodes tomorrow because I wanna be done with Luna. And when I wrapped up Luna, we're going back to Steam and some Friday night hot chicks and stuff, like some mature game, guys, some dating FMV and whatever. I don't know exactly what I had on the menu, but it was like 5 games with like a girl on the cover, and I was like, this is gonna be a Friday night lineup. So telling you ahead of time, guys, it's gonna be pretty good. Hopefully we do those 2 episodes tomorrow. And also, guys, I need your feedback. If you're watching this on YouTube Rumble, please leave me a comment. Give me some feedback. Tell me what I did wrong, what I got wrong. Tell me what you think about the games we've seen. Any of games that you want to see on the show, send me your suggestion. Tell me like what you guys want to see on the show, because I try to cover all the games, both the old games that I have never played, but also the new games that are getting released now. Like I've tried to check out the demos or whatever. It's hot right now because I want to know what's good to play, right? And we want to have those benchmark that we want to compare it to. Like I said, episode 50 to 100, we're going to try to do as much as those. We're going to try to showcase for you guys, and for me, we're going to try to educate ourselves and try to play those benchmarks so we can compare them and have like this standard to compare to. Anyways, guys, life is short. Make the most out of it, for real. And when I say make the most out of it, go out there, be the change, the one change you want to see in our world. There's got to be something that you see in our world, you're like, man, this got to change. Well, maybe the reason why you are observing it, you of everybody else, like of all the individual on this planet, you see this problem. Maybe that's why you're here, to fix it, to call it out. So go out there and be that change you want to see in our world. If everybody does that, if everybody start carrying their cross, taking responsibility and be the change they want to see in the world, imagine what world we'd be living in. Think about it, guys. In any cases, guys, I love you. You take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.